I paint tiny masterpieces while listening to your most chaotic, shamefully funny stories. So buckle up, it's about to get awkward. Last Tuesday, I decided to treat myself to a fancy latte before heading to work. I walked into the cafe feeling like a sophisticated adult, wearing my nicest outfit and humming a little tune. I ordered my coffee, paid, and got the cup, carefully balanced in my hands. As I stepped outside, I tried to check my phone to see if I had any urgent emails. And that's when it happened. My foot caught on the edge of the sidewalk, I tripped, and in slow motion, the coffee flew straight up into the air. I managed to stay on my feet, but my latte decided it had other plans. It landed all over my brand new white shirt, my bag, and somehow my hair. People around me stared. A little kid pointed, laughing. The barista came running out with napkins, saying something like, "It's okay. It happens to everyone." But honestly, I felt like the star of a slapstick comedy. I ended up walking to work with a soggy shirt, a sticky bag, and a ruined hairstyle, all while trying to look professional and pretending it was part of my morning routine. Later, I laughed about it, but for those 20 minutes after the spill, I felt like I'd committed a major fashion crime. Moral of the story: always watch your step, and maybe don't check your phone while holding hot coffee. Last week, I had a big presentation at work and I was feeling nervous. I rushed out of my apartment building, carrying my laptop bag, coffee, and notes. I got into the elevator with 2 other people, both strangers of course, and pressed the button for my floor. As the elevator started moving, I suddenly felt a rumble in my stomach. "No, no, no," I whispered to myself, but it was too late. A loud fart escaped. The elevator went silent. I froze, pretending to check my phone, hoping nobody noticed. Then one of the strangers looked at me and said politely, "You okay?" My face turned tomato red. I nodded and muttered something about eating too much breakfast. But it wasn't over. The elevator jerked as it stopped at a floor, and I lost my balance. In a perfect storm of embarrassment, my coffee tipped over and spilled all over the floor and on my shoes. The other 2 people stared, probably imagining I was a walking disaster. I tried to clean up with some napkins, but it only made things worse. By the time I got out, I was sticky, stinky, and mortified, but at least I had a story to tell. Moral of the story: always avoid elevators after a questionable breakfast, or just skip coffee. So last month, I decided to join a yoga class to try something new. I wasn't very flexible, but I thought, how hard can it be? I rolled out my mat at the front of the class, trying to look confident while everyone else stretched effortlessly. The instructor said we'd start with a basic pose. I tried to follow along. Then came the crow pose, which apparently requires balancing on your hands while lifting your legs. I wobble, I shake, and then disaster strikes. My leg slips, I topple over, straight into the instructor. But that's not the worst part. While falling, my leggings ripped with a loud tear, and the instructor looked down in horror, revealing that I had a bright pink pair of underwear with cartoon ducks. The whole class froze, then burst out laughing. I wanted to disappear into the floor. I scrambled to fix my leggings, mumbling something about needing more practice. For the rest of the class, I avoided eye contact, sat quietly in the back, and pretended I was deeply meditating. But secretly, I knew I'd just become a legend in that yoga studio. Moral of the story: yoga is dangerous if you have clumsy legs and cartoon duck underwear. Got your own moment of pure embarrassment or legendary chaos? Drop it in the comments. It might star in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode of Art and Awkwardness.